feeling after Lori speaking. What I want to talk about, and it kind of fits in here, and I'll explain to you how, is the biggest ripoff that I think workers face, and that is our EI system. Just to give you a little bit of idea of where we're at right now, in the month of May, we had 58,000 full-time jobs lost, bringing the total in Ontario to 406,000 since October 2008. Just to put that in perspective for you, that's 1.55 million Canadians out of work. Also gives us the highest unemployment rate we've had in 11 years. The worst of that is the predictions say that this trend is going to continue for at least another 12 months. So that's what we have to look forward to. But let's not worry about that, right? Because as you've heard, when we lose our jobs, we all have unemployment insurance to look forward to. Wrong. 46% of the unemployed in this country do not receive benefits. If you've worked temporary, if you've worked under contract, seasonal, part-time, you're most likely going to be amongst those people that don't qualify. Even though the EI system collected $57 billion in surplus between the years of 1994 to 2008, today, the maximum weekly benefit you can get is $447. Yet in 1996, you could collect $604 per week. So the payment's gone down. The length of time you can collect has gone down. It's become harder to qualify, and yet our government has this huge surplus. But then again, the surplus is only on paper, right? Because they've taken your money, my money, money that was supposed to be used when we need it, like right now, and they've squandered it. It's a slush fund to spend on whatever they think is going to make them look good at election time. I can assure you it wasn't on workers. The last big spending they did was on the deficit right before the election so that they can say we brought down the deficit, vote for us. What I want you to take back to Queen's Park, and although EI is a federal issue, in Ontario we've been hit the hardest because of the manufacturing job loss. So our provincial government has to get involved. They have to stand up and they need to fight for us. They need to tell the federal government, here in Ontario, we're not going to take this. We need changes to this system. It's not working. And anybody that reads the newspapers or watches the news, that's all you hear about anymore. And the funny thing is, 4 years ago, I was on Parliament Hill with my steelworker brothers and sisters lobbying our government on the EI system. 4 years ago, nothing's changed. They say they've changed it. They've done little Band-Aid things that hasn't done anything. What we need, and what I want you to take, what the message that I'd like for you to take to them is the workers in this province, we want 60% of our insurable earnings, and we want that based on the best 12 weeks. And the reason for that, we've heard here tonight, before you get laid off, in most companies you're either working shorter work weeks, you're having weeks where you're not being paid anything at all. So they need to take and base your rate on your best 12 weeks worked. We need the benefits to last 50 weeks, not what it is currently. People have to have time to find alternative work, and we all know it's tough to find work today. We need to eliminate that 2-week waiting period, and this is a big factor for me because I see people all the time, in the union, outside of the union, on the street. People are living paycheck to paycheck. Why should they have to go 2 weeks as a waiting period through no fault of their own? They lose their job. That 2 weeks can put somebody in a financial devastating situation. Either if they have credit cards to use, that's what most people do, but many people don't even have that. We also want the hours to be reduced to 360. Many people, as everybody knows, are forced to take temporary and part-time work, and it's hard to get the required amount of hours. So that's the message from EI. I know it's a federal, but as we've talked about tonight, we all have to come together. All levels of government need to come together. This is one of the ways that we can help our community. This community has been hit hard by unemployment, not just since the recession. This has been going on for a while for us in Cornwall. But this is one of the ways that we could really make a big difference for people that are facing unemployment. Thanks.